Hey guys, Jadam1 here, and today we're playing Gran Turismo 6. This is the third or fourth or fifth video I've even done, maybe in this game. And I apologize, I'm trying to get this stupid camera to set up. I'm frustrated today. Alright, so today this is kind of a tuning video. I'm going to tune up some cars that I've won today, basically, or bought. The first is the car I've won recently. You probably just saw one of the cars I've bought. This RSC Rally Raid car. I've loved the RSC as a kid. You know, I kind of dreamed of owning one day, but this car never made it past a concept. So I never really got that chance to even look at buying one. Next up is the V12 LMR. Now, on Gran Turismo 5, the birthday car gift, which you probably saw this year, was a Subaru Impreza wagon. This was actually the car that I got for my birthday last year, the year before. No, yeah, it was 2012, because it was right before Gran Turismo 6 came out. This was the birthday car for that year. I didn't get a chance to get one in 2013 or 2014. So, this is it. Oh no, it was 2013, but very late 2013. Alright, the RX-7 LM race car. I just won this about maybe 10 minutes ago. And I had around 3,500,000 credits, something like that. And as you can probably tell, I've burned most of it by now. This was done through the RX-7 drift trials. Basically, all the three of these racing cars I've just won were all through drift trials. And then I bought, oops, wrong car. I bought the 2013 Carl Edwards Fusion. Now, I'm not a NASCAR guy whatsoever. I don't watch it at all. But I am a bit of a Ford guy now, thanks to my dad. So I did buy the Fusion, because this is the only way you can get a Fusion in the game. Then, of course, I've got the 177. Now, I'm not going to have to be tuning any of those racing cars, except maybe the RX-7 later on. But I am going to be tuning that 177. We're going to start off with it. Alright. So let's see if we can get out of the custom parts. Let's see what we can find. Alright, nothing there. No surprise. That's all just wings. Really. Those are ugly, too. Alright, let's go into wheels. Maybe we'll find something nice there. Now, right off the bat, I can tell you the LMRs look okay, but I need something with a bit more profile. I'm going to try to stealth it, really. I'm going to do a stealth car with this thing. I need black wheels. It's either going to be the Ultra Legeras or the Super Forgiatas. Can't tell which one I like more. I think the Ultra Legeras get that extra push. Now this is going to be one of like the very rare stealth cars I do. I'm trying to, there we go. I think the camera's focused better now. We're going to take it for a test drive on some tracks I built. I mentioned on Twitter that I would be doing so in the next Gran Turismo video. So, as you can tell, I do love the 177 compared to all the other ones. And they say that the DB10 from the new James Bond movie will be based on that car. Well, has been based on this car because it's out already. So let's let me see here. Is that speedometer reading in kilometers? I can't tell. Either way, I'm not gonna put a boost gauge on it because I don't know if it's able to be turbocharged. But I am gonna put a black fuel gauge. I'm gonna try to get it into that same color scheme as the rest of the gauges. It's kind of like that purple, that light violet kind of color. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be easy to get it in that color. Let's try moving it into the purple zone and then upping the saturation, or lowering the saturation, I guess. Yeah, that was perfect. I guess that'll work. Yeah, that works good. Alright, so there's the 177's fuel gauge. Because I can't see the one that's actually in the car. So we're going to move on now to the actual performance parts themselves, and then I'm going to tune another car for you guys. It's probably going to get me a lot of hate from people who aren't Dodge fans. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Alright, so we're going to go with every single upgrade. Look at that, just the stage of the engine upgrade, and I'm pushing 1,000 horsepower. And it's still got a lot of stuff to go. I mean, this car is going to be insane, I already know. Alright, we get the supercharger. That's a really good addition. Not as much horsepower as I was expecting to get out of there. Alright, we're going to drop the weight down, 300 kilograms. to 1305, like 1305 kilograms. I'm gonna go with the body color carbon hood, and you're gonna see why in a minute when I synthesize this car. I guess you could say that's the right phrase. Because painting the car black with a bare carbon hood seems kind of a waste. I wanted to take his time on that one. It was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give him that limited slip differential in this 1200 horsepower Aston Martin. Alright. The brake kits. As you can tell, I'm pretty rich right now in this game. I just got loaded, so I'm buying... it's basically making this easy peasy lemon squeezy for me building these cars. Alright, gonna go with the racing softs. We'll make the jump now to the paint shop and do some final adjustments real quick before we head over there to get her painted. Now, I've never really been that much of an Aston Martin fan because I knew they were owned by Ford. And I was, like I said, I was never that big of a Ford guy. But Aston Martin does have probably some of the best sounding engines in the world. Honestly, if it were not only reasonable cash and stuff, I would totally throw an Aston Martin engine over the hood of my Kia. But that would be dangerous, and therefore I'm not going to do it. Alright, usually I don't differentiate the suspension very well, or the spring rates and stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of try to balance it out a little bit. I'm going to try to bump this up as well with a 1.5 camber, and then drop the toe out, because that'll really help in the long run when it comes to corners. As I've ran with a Porsche 911 or rough RGT in this game, it does help to have that toe out. Alright, since this isn't really going to be a drag set, I'm going to go ahead and up that. I'm going to go ahead and max it, because this car is going to be quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that to 2.000. Now you're probably thinking, what are you thinking right now with this thing? This car is basically going to be a really great track car as well as a top speed car. Now, of course, I'm going to do what I usually do and up it to about 10 or more. I'm going to drop that up to 5. Alright, and you get over here, of course, it's just bumping the nitrous up. Alright, so now we're going to hit the paint shop and get her painted. Pearlescent, I know there's a specific color I want this car to be. I can't remember what it's called. It's a black. I know that. Well, obviously, it's going to be a stealth car. What other color would it be? It's got to be around here somewhere. Ultimate Opal Black. There it is. Perfect color scheme for this car. Especially when it kind of has that Batmobile style look. It does look really, with its wide fenders and low stance, and this one specifically, it looks kind of menacing. And then it's going to get, I'm thinking red brake calipers, and that'll kind of complete the look. I do love how low it is. It does sit quite great. I know I unlocked some more colors. Not a big fan of that. Even though the orange does look kind of nice. Wow. They're the same color. Alright, so like I said, red brake calipers. We're going to do that to this car. It's going to look pretty nice to me. With the Ultimate Opal Black coming in later on. Huh, wonder why the emergency alert system's on. Oh well. Probably child abduction. Usually is. There's usually never an emergency that's stupid severe out here. It's got to be child emergency. Usually if it was a weather alert, it would never last this long. Anyway, sorry for that. Getting a little bit worked up over nothing. Alright, so let's take it out for a test drive. Let's hit one of the tracks I've built recently. Hopefully the game doesn't crash like it usually does on me in this. What am I thinking? No, definitely not Death Valley's high heel. I'm thinking, yeah, let's hit Andalusia Motorsports Park. It's been a long time since I've done a race on that track in Germany. Then we'll hit to the other car I'm going to tune in this video. We're going to test that out on a different track. Alright, so I built this track, I think it was the other day. 4.2 miles of just flat out speed. I'm going to drop that down to 2. Up that up to 5. This is going to be good. Let's do this. It's all about speed here. already looks amazing. I do love this color scheme. I do love this car already. And the grip is insane. This grip's better than some of my LMPs. Full steering, full throttle, and I didn't have any issues until the last second. Wow. This car is incredible. I'm impressed. I was kind of expecting this to be just a wannabe V12 Vantage S, just with some wider flares and stuff. And I'm not paying attention. Usually if I was paying attention, that would be a much cleaner line. Alright, gonna round that corner. Oh, that's a good one right there. That corner gets me in any car. I'll be in a little Mazda Excel, or Mazda 3 as it's called here. And I didn't see that corner there. Alright, so we're gonna hit the straightaway here. Nitrous is on. Third gear at 180 miles an hour. Hard on the brakes. There's a surprise corner right here. I love it because it's just, there's a chicane there. And if your car is like no traction control at all and it's pure rear-wheel drive, you're gonna hate that corner right there. It will, because it'll shift the balance and you'll just fly off course. Alright, full NOS. Into the downhill chicane. Alright. Nice and easy. Tell you what, this car does really impress me. I'm exceptionally proud of this car right now. It grips like nothing else I've driven in this game. Like, I would honestly say this handles better than a Nissan GTR. And that's kind of a really big statement, because I've owned a total of like 8 or 9 GTRs in this game, and none of them have handled like this. Even my Spec V that I've been racing online in drag rooms and top speed rooms and stuff like that. Alright, we're getting close to the finish. I know this track, not with minimal damage. This car is insane. I am really impressed with this thing. Alright, hard on the brakes. I think this is it, the last stretch. There it is, home stretch. And that's it. Oh no, there it is. 226.6. That's a record on this track. Wow, look how fast that tachometer revs up though. Just now you see it, now you don't. Just it's up there. It's got the flat bottom wheel. You know, I think it's like a 7-speed manual, or not manual, but that dual clutch. So it does make it a much more quicker responding than that of my TZ3 Stradale. Which I want to compare in a drag race. I'm going to get that done eventually. Eventually figure out which one of these is the fastest, my TZ3 or this. Alright, so there's the 177, and that's an impressive little supercar. Give me just a sec, my dog's looking outside. Figure out which one. I apologize. Got her now. I'm going to apologize in advance if she decides to jump in front of the camera. Because she is quick right like that. She just staring at me like, seriously? You're going to out me like that? Alright. Anyway, we're going to jump to something you're probably about to be surprised, knowing I'm not a truck person either. We're going to jump to my Ram 1500 Hemi Quad Cab. That's what I'm hoping to say. 477 horsepower right now. It's got minimal tuning done. So we're going to take it over to the tune shop. And we're going to mod this sucker like crazy. Yeah, I'm thinking of changing the color as well to a metallic blue, is what I'm thinking. Alright, tune and store, let's get to work. Alright, so there's no stage 3 upgrade, going to go ahead and get that done. Already 800 horsepower close, somewhere in there. Insane. That was very fast. Look at that. Very little money being shelled in under the hood, and it's already sitting at nearly 1,000 horsepower. And a drop to 1,700 kilograms is probably not going to get much lower than this. 1777. Alright, jump into transmission. Looks like I've gotten basically everything but the others category here. This is nice, you know, driving a truck in this game. You know, especially one of my favorites in the Ram. My family's been Ram folk since we were young. Of course, part of my family is my dad's still a Ford truck guy. He wants only Ford trucks in our garages sometimes. You know, that's how he seems. We had the options when my dad was getting his new car, the Mustang or the Ram. And knowing my dad, I kind of didn't expect him to go for the Ram, even though it is more practical than a Mustang by a long shot. But he still was against the Ram. Like, I'm wondering sometimes if brand had something to do with it. Because knowing Dodge, their transmissions are not great, and we've experienced that on multiple occasions. Alright, so we're going to hit the paint shop. Let's see what we can get out of pearlescent first. I want to see what kind of... Wow, that's a little big for the screen, isn't it? Now, that's a pretty color. The blue streak pearl coat. That's a pretty nice color. I do like that. Ultra blue is really pretty. I think that's what I'm going to go with, is ultra blue. So now we got our giant truck. I'm sitting on those giant OZ wheels that I bought like a month ago. And I'm probably going to do in the same kind of accent and the same color. I'm kind of thinking, because chroming the wheels out entirely was kind of not my greatest idea. So let's see what we can get out of that. I want to see what it looks like. Nah, I'll keep it chrome. Alright, gonna paint the brake calipers. I think in that I might match the colors on. Yeah, that's much better. I'll match the colors on that. I think it's my Suzuki AltoWorks has like the brake fluid spice color from the TVR Tuscan 6 for the brake calipers. It's pretty funny. Alright, so that's our Ram. That is our full half-ton pickup truck. Modded and ready to roll. So for this, I'm thinking of going off-road. Well, no. Let's see what I can do first. This is basically my drag setup right now. I'm in. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy settings to settings B. I'm gonna go ahead and name this my drag set, because this is really gonna be where the truck makes its name for itself. It's gonna be in drag with nearly 900 horsepower. And we're gonna set this one to track. And throw the racing soft tires on it. And this one we're going to reset the suspension to default because it's already screwed up. We're going to lower the monster down and hunker her down. I already know I'm about to get some serious backlash from people who like trucks, especially those down in the south that like them lifted. They're about to want to kill me for lifting that truck, for slamming it, basically. I'm going to drop that down. I'm going to balance it out. I'm going to set that to 5. I'm going to shut down the anti-roll bars. Alright, going to tow it out. So let's see. 0.60 as always. It's my lucky number. So with the track tune, I can kind of mess with the transmission a little bit and go ahead and max it. As I've done already with the Aston Martin. I'm going to go ahead and drop it at 2,000. Now, of course, I usually will go for either the 60-40 or the 50-50 split in the torque diff, as I refer to it. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the initial torque settings by 5. I increment to 5, and then do the same for the acceleration sensitivity. Alright, so it's going to look a little different now for sure. Let's take a look before we hit the track. Alright, so you saw it was actually lifted in the original. So, alright, let's do a comparison. This is the track set. Completely lowered, all that good stuff. We're going to go back to drag, and it's just going to go whoop right back up in the air. Again, I'm going to have to switch to the racing softs on the drag tune as well. I'm going to go back to the track mode. We're going to hit the track with it, as the tune's name suggests. Alright, so I'm thinking we're going to race on the actual track instead. We're going to go to one of my favorites. And it's going to be nice and quick. I'm thinking, yeah, let's hit the go-kart track. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are you going to go on a go-kart track in a truck? Because I can. This is America. A free friggin' country. I can do what I want. Alright, I'm going to give it a minute to load because this game does like to crash, especially with me. It does not like me, but for some reason on Sierra, it just loads up. Alright, so I'm going to shut down ASM for this truck because it does function better with the ASM off before we'll drive. So we're going to go on the go-kart arena. Yay. Look at that, not even... Well, the acceleration's a bit lacking. Whoa, we're getting some tail out a little bit there. See what I can get to before I get to the first turn. 167-ish. While this track was originally built for go-karts, this truck is doing really well. It's eating it alive. It's like not even touching the dirt right now, despite having done pictures of this truck going off-road when it was actually lifted. So we're gonna hit that corner. Ooh, it gets really sharp in there. That chicane is really lethal for a truck, for a vehicle this size. Of course, a little silhouette view. Not really my favorite. I really wish they would kind of slightly detail them like they did on the Prowler and all the other non-detailed racing cars. That would be nice to get something like that out of it. Because the only realistic thing is being that side view mirror. There you have it, 53.8. Alright, so that's the Ram. So I'm going to go over something real quick. If you're a Gran Turismo 6 online player and want to kind of get in the know of things, especially me online, because I do a lot of I say Anyway, I do a lot of racing online. I'm going to go ahead and show off my group I'm in, as well as the stuff I'm like where you can quickly find me if you need me at all for any sort of tuning help or whatever. I'll also just link it to the Facebook page in the below for this group because I am running a Facebook page. So of course there's my page. Again, my PSN is in all lowercase jams and one. I'm going to jump to Team Spartan High Performance, which is the name of the group I run in the game. It's called Team Spartan after my high school's mascot, the Spartans. So yeah, and then as I've said down here, it's got a Facebook page, Team Spartan High Performance GT6. Now there's no space in between Spartan and High, it's a dash. You can find info that I post for the club as well as other club members posting stuff. Of course, club events, you know, we've got a million of them going on right now. If you're interested, just join up, I don't care. Forums, you know, we've got the photo gallery that I actually haven't posted in since September 5th. The tuning help board is on here. If it loads up for me, because it is taking its sweet time today. Alright, come on. Like I said, this game has been acting up for me for a while now. Alright, it was loading up too. Alright, anyway, back to the forums. You've got the public tune help board and the cars you're working on board. You can kind of come in as you please. With my stuff though, of course I got my favorite cars. I'm probably going to have to update that later. And add the Aston Martin to that list. My public photos, and of course there's the Suzuki's I was talking about, the red Alto Works. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that car. I posted about it already, this picture exact. My Formula Miata racer, I'll be doing videos on that in the near future. Formula Miata racing, I call it the Justin Thomas Racing Miata. I'm a tech fan, so why not? Then all the tracks I've shared, me and my brother tag teamed it. He built, my brother built the Death Valley 24 Hour, the Eiffel Motorsports Park, Dead Valley's High Heel, and Sierra Circuit. So those are the ones he built. Alright, so that'll do it for this Chad Armstrong video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more from the channel. I know this has been a long video. I'm just catching up for the week. And I'll see you guys again next time.